Hello, and welcome to the weekly wrap only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Casoreno. We want to get you updated on some of the biggest stories of your week with our countdown. So topping us off at number 5, former Vice President Dick Cheney dies at the age of 84. Cheney served under former President George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009. His family says he died late Tuesday night from complications of pneumonia and cardiac issues. He was also the defense secretary under George H.W. Bush and a longtime congressman from the state of Wyoming. As Vice President, Cheney was considered the architect of many of George W. Bush's major policy initiatives, including the War on Terror. At number 4, at least a dozen people, including a child, were killed and several others still missing after Tuesday's horrific crash of a UPS cargo plane in Louisville, Kentucky. And we've now learned the plane recently spent over a month on the ground right here in San Antonio. Video shows the plane's wings on fire during takeoff and the aircraft exploding into flames shortly after leaving the runway. Officials say the plane's engine also fell off just before the blast. The FAA is trying to figure out what went wrong. Kentucky's governor confirmed the plane was full of about 38,000 gallons of fuel and smashed into at least 2 businesses, a waste management company and an auto parts store.
There was no specifically hazardous cargo on board of the plane that would create an environmental issue for those around the site, but the impact and where it impacted could create those types of situations.
The black boxes are now headed to the NTSB's lab to be analyzed. At least one voice recording from air traffic control indicated something went wrong during takeoff. In a statement, UPS says it is working with state and local authorities on their response effort and halted packages sorting operations. The National Transportation Safety Board will lead this investigation. And there are over 200,000 avoidable amputations every year in the U.S. Many are due to a complication with diabetes. But as KENS 5's Jeremy Baker explains, some of these amputations also come from a condition that many may have never heard of. Here's this week's Healthy Essay.
It is called peripheral artery disease, or PAD. It's a condition where your arteries narrow, reducing blood flow to the arms and legs. It's often misunderstood by the public and also often undiagnosed.
They just think they have a little rheumatism or a little arthritis, and they dial down their activity level to avoid the pain, and they don't even know they have it.
USA Vascular Center says peripheral artery disease affects between 10 and 12 million Americans. Nearly 7 out of 10 people with PAD have no idea they even have it. And about 4 out of every 10 people with PAD will not have any symptoms until the disease has progressed significantly. That's why screening is a must for those with multiple risk factors.
That's where you take blood pressure from your arm compared to the blood pressure in your leg. And the lower that number is, the more likely you're going to get into trouble.
Unmodifiable risk factors for PAD include age and family history of the disease. Risk factors you can change include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. The big one, though, is smoking. And if you have a high risk of PAD, look out for the common symptoms, including leg pain, numbness or weakness in the legs, feeling cold in one leg or foot, sores on the legs or feet, and slow healing of wounds.
The more claudication you have, the more likely you are to develop an ulcer that won't heal, lose a toe, or lose a leg.
For more about how to detect peripheral artery disease and its risk factors and treatments, head to the story on KENS5.com. Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
Kens 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
Kens 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call Kens. Weekdays at 6 on Kens 5.
Got a problem, call Kens. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for Kens 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very, 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 very first guy hired at Kens 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that. Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the Kens family, because the Kens family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get you breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on Kens 5 Plus.
At number 3 in our countdown, the woman who was accused in connection of the murders of Savannah Soto, her unborn child, and Matthew Guerra, has had her charges dropped. On Wednesday, court records show the case against Mirta Romanos was dismissed. She was charged with abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. Soto, who was pregnant at the time, and Guerra were found shot to death inside of a car in 2023. Romanos' stepson, Christopher Preciado, is accused of shooting them, and investigators say his father helped to hide the bodies. And we're dealing with the longest federal shutdown in U.S. history. And now another unprecedented event. The FAA is moving to reduce air traffic. And that means thousands of flights will be canceled. Officials say the move is in response to staffing shortages being seen right now with air traffic controllers. Because of the shutdown, they've been forced to work without pay for over a month now.
The system is extremely safe today. It will be extremely safe tomorrow. And if the pressures continue to build, even after we take these measures, we'll come back and take additional measures.
The FAA's 10% reduction of flights amounts to roughly 4,000 to 5,000 commercial flights per day. Texas will be hit hard with Love Field in Dallas-Fort Worth, as well as Hobby and Bush in Houston on the list of impacted airports. People who fly out of San Antonio often rely on those airports for connecting flights. Airlines shared yesterday they expect a record-breaking 31 million passengers for the busy Thanksgiving travel period. And homeowners in Kirby say they've been dealing with the sewage in their street for months now. And while the city is working to address the issue, it would almost always come back the very next day. Finally, they called Kens, and our Andrew Moore started asking questions.
People living here in Kirby say they would see sewage running all the way down this street every single day, and sometimes it would sit there for hours before the city cleaned it up. But now, after Kens 5 contacted the city of Kirby, the city says that they have both a long-term and short-term solution to keep this from happening again.
We're looking at an overflow of feces that has been there for 4 months.
When Kens 5 visited the city of Kirby 2 weeks ago, a city vehicle had just finished vacuuming the liquid sewage sitting on this street. Neighbors say it normally looks like this, and they are sick of it.
It's unhealthy, it stinks, I have to drive through that.
Robert Castillo said the issue started 4 months ago. He said the sewage started building up and coming out of this manhole after the sewer line in the alley collapsed. That line still isn't fixed, so the city's solution was to pump it out with a truck constantly.
Every single day they come out.
Okay.
Every single day.
But that wasn't enough to keep it from overfilling in the street every night.
And I'll be danged if I'm going to be walking my animals through that stuff.
So finally, the neighbors called Kens 5. Kens 5 reached out to the city of Kirby and asked how the situation could improve. We couldn't reach the city manager, so we started calling the mayor's cell phone. That same week, the street started looking a lot cleaner, and the city of Kirby then sent us a statement with both a short-term and long-term solution. Short term, the city said they would be pumping down the manhole to prevent any sewer overflow into the street. Long term, the city said they would replace the sewer main in 4 to 6 weeks. The city manager also sent a statement that said, "We are committed to swift action and long-term solutions to protect the health, safety, and quality of life of our residents." Neighbors say they're just grateful to see that sewage disappear.
And I really appreciate you guys taking this story and getting them moving on this.
And people here also told me they want to make sure that that sewage will stay gone, and they want to make sure that sewage main is fixed as well. So we are going to be following back up to see what happens. For Call Can's Andrew Moore, KENS 5.
Hey, if you have an issue you can't seem to get resolved, give Andrew and the team a call at 210-470-KENS or just head to kens5.com/callKENS. We have a form there where you can tell us about your problem and we'll see if we can't get you some help. Stick with us. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
Talked to this police officer, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC is working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly, something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching KENS 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
So good!
That is fantastic.
catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on KENS 5 Plus.
Welcome back. Right now, we want to get to this week's Quick Hits, where Meredith Haas talks cockroach allergens and many more other trending research.
So there's a new study out saying meditation can be better for more than just your mental health. Researchers are seeing effects in anxiety and disassociation to functional impairment. In this study, nearly 60% of meditators experience some kind of effect. Okay, and this next one is about cancer and alcohol. I've been reading up on a lot of research about this, but now a new study says a lot of Americans do not know that alcohol can cause cancer. So scientists are really trying to teach people a little bit more so that they understand the risks involved of alcohol really raising the risk of cancer. And Texans, we know about cockroaches. Well, apparently having a cockroach infestation could be really bad for our indoor air. A new study shows that they fill homes with allergens and bacterial toxins that can trigger asthma and allergies. I am not a fan of those creepy crawlers. Well, that is it for this week's Quick Hits. I'm Meredith Haas.
Interesting stuff. All right, and at number 1, with a record voter turnout, it looks like the Spurs will get a new downtown arena, and the Frostbank Center and Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio will see substantial renovations. Prop A passed with almost 56% of the vote, and Prop B also passed with 52%. The propositions will raise a hotel venue tax to its full 2% and extend the car rental tax at 5%. About $192 million from that venue tax will go towards upgrades at the Freeman Coliseum and Frostbank Center. That'll pave the way for the rodeo to become a year-round attraction once the Spurs eventually move out. The team's lease at Frostbank Center runs through 2032.
We've now seen the results, and that's going to create incredibly positive momentum for the conversations with all the stakeholders that are necessary. The fact is, San Antonio, when we want to do things big, it takes a collaborative effort. And so the partners at the table are going to be ready and willing and forceful, and we're going to get something special done.
After the election results came in, Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones did release a statement saying in part, quote, "The people of San Antonio have approved the county's contribution towards the proposed Spurs Arena, and I'll work to make sure this generational investment helps to revitalize downtown and strengthen our city," end quote. Well, thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. We'll see you next week with all your other trending headlines. Bye, guys.